Peace, family. We are live in the studio of Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp, the podcast. We like to inspire people, people that's maybe want to go into the field of barbering. Haha. Okay. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure this sound is straight. Get this echo off. All right, family. Yeah, we want to inspire people that's interested in going into the field of barbering, going into the field of anything. This is an inspirational show that we want to have, an inspirational flow that we want to have. And like I said, we say barbering boot camp. I teach barbering boot camp, but the boot camp, we all go, like as I say, we go through the boot camp all the time. We all still learning. We all still going through the boot camp of learning different skills, techniques, professionalism, and those different things. So we all going through it all the time. And I have with me today a brother that's been very inspirational for Conscious Heads barbering boot camp, but Conscious Heads barbershop and natural hair salon, and the barbering world in general, especially when we talk about Baltimore, which we call Tubman City. We have with us today, Brother Bilal. How you feeling today, Brother Bilal?
I'm grateful to be here.
All right. So we just glad that you're able to join us today. And man, you've been an inspiration. Now, I've been working with you for, I guess, about 8 years, maybe 7 years or something.
It's been 7 years in this establishment, but we've done at least 2 years, 2.5 years in another space.
Okay. All right. So man, this so working with this brother at a time actually when I had we back at the same location, but when I had actually lost this location before and went to work at another spot. And this was well, actually, I knew him a little before that. But this is where we would actually start working together in that location. And just meeting this brother, man, this brother was phenomenal. What stood out to me with this brother was that he had some different things that I had never seen before in the barbering field. Like, for instance, he was known to come in the barber shop at 3 o'clock in the morning. And 3 o'clock in the morning, not just coming to the barbershop at 3 o'clock in the morning, but coming to the shop at 3 o'clock in the morning and actually cut hair at 3 in the morning, and would have people lined up ready to get their hair cut at 3 in the morning. I had never seen anything like this before, coming from the barbershops. I mean, we, some early barbers that I would have. I mean, some people would get in like maybe 6 in the morning, but I had never seen 3 in the morning. And just explain a little bit, brother, about this 3 o'clock in the morning process that you went through, or this thing. Explain that.
Well, the most I can say is that it's a spiritual thing with me, but barbering itself allowed me to find myself the amount of years I've been doing it. And I really enjoy it to the point whereas I don't really want to do anything else because I feel like I found my space. And in life, you got to have a job to serve. And this is a job for me to serve because I not only serve people physically, but I serve them mentally with sharing spiritual ideas and life experiences and things that we could be doing a lot more in the future of things. So this barbering world has been my world for the last 33 years of my life. I am truly grateful that God has given me the opportunity to just have the personality to be in that atmosphere, to come across people that need some kind of enhancement of leadership. And I'm just grateful that I'm on that level. So yes, I'm thankful, and I can't say it enough that I'm grateful. And I believe why the fact that I have made it this far is because of the ancestors.
Right.
The ancestors have seen and understand where my energy is at, and it keeps me in a place that I'm able to do what it is I do best, and that's help and save and serve humanity.
That's what's up. So let let's let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit because I jumped right into the 3 o'clock in the morning thing. Let's go back into Brother Bilal. What from the jump made you want to be a barber? I mean, what was it? I mean, you coming out of what high school did you go to?
Went to Lake Clifton.
Okay, you went to Lake Clifton. You wanted to be a barber when you was there?
No, I didn't. I wanted to be an engineer, but I just didn't know what type of engineer I wanted to be. And basically, I found out that because I'm a spiritual individual, God prepared me to be an engineer, but I'm an engineer barbering.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's why I say I found my place in my space because I do it so easy. It's that one thing. You find that one thing you do the most with the less effort and you're good at it. That's your calling.
Right.
So I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
And
Right.
so what put me in this place a long time ago was when I lost a job and I went home to my apartment and I said, I don't want to be a guy that just keep getting laid off of jobs because that's not going to allow me to have a real decent future. So I was sitting there and a commercial came on the line about Ron Thomas Hair School. And I sat there and I was like, well, I'm cutting hair anyway on the side, which is my nephews and myself. But I thought about it, I said, well, let me go sign up
So
for the
so
school.
so how did you start? So you said you wasn't cutting hair. Was you cutting hair in high school?
No, at all. I had no connection to barbering in
Okay.
high school. I just
So
used to go to the
so
barber
when
shop.
did you make the transition to start cutting? I mean, how did that happen? Like, so you
That
got out
was
of high school.
when I got out of high school, I went into apprenticeship dealing with marble finishing.
Okay.
I got complacent with that because I found out that's not where I wanted to do. So I still was a little confused as time went on, and I grabbed a few jobs. But that last job that I had, which was working for Davidson Trucking Company, when they laid me off, I had to make a decision. And my decision was, no, let me run it back. I was working at Levis and Klein Furniture Store. That's when I made my
That's
decision
classic
that
right
I
there.
was not going to be getting laid off from any jobs because I was trying to start a family. So my hardship had fell in, and I had to think about what I wanted to do and what was going to stop me from being inconsistent in the work world. And so when I thought about it, I was cutting my nephews and them hair anyway for school and stuff like that, and myself. And I was sitting there, and it had to have been no one but God sent me that message over the TV about Ron Thomas Beauty School. And I just took the initiative and took the bus down to the school and signed up. I never asked the man how much it cost. I just signed paperwork and got in. And he told me, he says, well, I can tell you really want to do this because you never asked us how much it costs.
So you started. So I guess high school
Yeah.
you were cutting your
Yeah.
nephews and them hair.
I,
Oh, so
I was doing that
cause you,
in high school and after high school, but it wasn't consistent. It
okay,
was
so it was something small. So
it
you
was just
when you
something
when you
small.
say it was already cutting their hair, it was like
Yeah.
something that you. So it was like what you wasn't doing the shape. You probably cut it down.
I would cut it
Wasn't doing the
down and I
shape
would
up.
try to attempt the shapes. I
Okay,
would try to
okay,
attempt the shape
all
up
right,
because
cool.
my brother used to cut my hair, and I know that when I was a kid, you had to have a shape up.
Got you,
So
got you,
I
got
always
you,
kept that forte, but to
got you.
really get detail into cutting, when I felt that energy that I needed to go, that's when my life started. That spiral with barbering. But
Okay.
when I was in high school, had no knowledge that I was going to even be cutting hair. I ain't even. It wasn't nowhere in my thought.
But when you heard the Ron Thomas commercial, and then you had
Yeah,
already been kind of dibbling dabbling, that's what it
exactly,
was. And
exactly.
then it was like,
Let me take a shot at
maybe
it.
I'll give it a shot because
Yeah,
some things ain't
I've
going
been
the way.
trying a lot of other jobs and they've been
Okay.
failing me. So I figured let me go see what I can do for myself. And what also brought me there was adversity
Right.
because I was
Right.
going through adversity in my life at that time at 21 years of age, trying to find myself like I've always been.
Okay.
And I ran across that. And I thank God so much for it because I've been a part of it for the last 33 years.
Got you.
It's been
Got
a
you. Got
blessing.
you. Got you. So you go. So you in barbering school, and now you know what I'm saying. You start to realize that that I kind of like this. Maybe
Yeah, I
you know what I'm
kind of
saying. I
like
kind.
this and I could do this because it fits my
Okay.
description of my movements. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like how I like to go and help people and just be different places. I like that. So to be stationary, it kind of agitates me, you know.
Got you.
So it fits my energy. I'm gonna say that.
So you get out of school, and then you take your barbering exam.
Yeah,
Explain
well,
that
I
process
went to
because a lot
barbering
of people
school.
scared to do that.
I went to barbering school, and it's crazy because when I went to barbering school, I left barbering school for 2 weeks because I had my mind set that this ain't working. So I went try to get another job somewhere, and that didn't work. But I was still on roll at the barber school. They didn't know that I had went somewhere else. So when I came, the last day that I thought that I was gonna go back and try because I might have a shot at it, I wasn't gonna go back. That day I went back was the day they was going to take me off the road. So that day I came back, they came to see me and they talked to me, and I was letting them know I was going through some challenges. So they was like, all right, we're gonna let you run this time. If you miss any more time, we're gonna have to exclude you. So I said, oh. So back up against the wall, I said, let me go ahead and make it happen. And as I kept going through the class, my frustration became a little better. I wasn't frustrated no more because I was able to understand that maybe this is gonna be the ticket for me to become my own person. And so I stuck with it. And I stuck with it. I started achieving different stuff in there, goals and aspirations and teaching people, talking to people. And it gave me a sense of feeling like I could do this.
Right.
So I ran with it.
Right.
And I won't give it up for nothing, man.
Right. Right. So then you took that test. You took the
I
test.
took the test. I went
You
down
passed it the
state
first
board.
time.
I went down state board. I took two parts, the practical and the theory. I didn't do too well on the theory. I missed it by 6 points, but the practical I passed with flying colors.
Okay.
So I went back the next month and took that theory and I passed it.
Okay.
So it was all about trying to put myself in a certain kind of perspective so I can make this happen. And through grace, man, I did.
All right. So let's hear this story that we hear about. Okay, now you got this license. You got a license, and now you're going to work into a barbershop
Yep.
for your first time.
Yep.
Let's talk about that because this is the make you break you phase of a lot of barbers where they like, man, I can't. There ain't no money coming in here. Ain't such coming through here. What was your beginning process? Did you have that grind and that struggle, and did you and did you have to stick? Let's hear how you
because I'm a curious guy, and new things always spark my curiosity. When my first day in the barbershop, it was on a Tuesday morning. I came in at 9 o'clock. It was only one old man there, and he had been in the business for 40 years. He gave me my instructions. The first day I came, he said, son, if you're going to do this job here, you got to come early because the early bird catch the worm.
Catch the worm.
He said, if you don't know how to cut, when you come early, you'll learn through the other guys that come early. But I was the only one coming early.
Right.
So I had to learn through him. But I had a basic foundation because I learned in school. So I wasn't interested in cutting like him because he was cutting like he was in the business for a long time. And so my first day was my first day and my most, I guess, impressive day because I had to learn how to be sociable and I had to learn how to do different cuts. The first day I didn't learn in barber school. So that was a challenge. But I just had this energy about me that I wasn't going to give up. And it wasn't a lot of guys because when you work in a barbershop, when you come in and you new, it gets intimidating because all of these veterans are standing around you and they looking at you and what you going to do. But fortunately, it wasn't nobody in there but the older fella. So when they came, I was there. So I was already in the flow because I was cutting someone's hair when they came in. So I was already in the flow, and it made these guys feel like I was able to do something. It's like, yeah, we got a veteran on. I wasn't a veteran. Right, I just carried it like a veteran, right? Yeah. And so I learned how to talk. I learned how to.
Was you sociable for that?
Yeah, I was social. Always was sociable.
All right, okay.
So that helped me also in this business because in this business you have to have a level of sociality. If you don't have a level of sociality and you're an introvert, it's going to be kind of hard because you have to talk to people about what it is they want you to do.
Right.
So that's a whole nother skill. And so I learned that too. And as the time went on, I got excited. I started making money. I started, just having fun, enjoying the trade and the skill. And that's how I got to this point by learning that this is a real good profession if you use it right. Exactly. If you use it right. When you come in, you get your teaching and learning from people, learn what you're supposed to do and what not to do. And they call that ethics. So me working here with Jabari for the last 8 years, 7 to 8 years, I've learned some things from him. I've gotten a lot of inspiration from this guy. He's given me a lot of good principles to look at and understand about dealing with business. And I'm learning more that's the most exciting part about it. It's not over with. We constantly do what we do.
Right.
And I don't really have no other space I would really like to occupy but Jabari's barbershop because I'm able to be who I need to be every day. That's living a real peaceful and free life.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, man, like it's beautiful. And this trade here, man, I could do this till I'm 80 years of age.
man. So I talked to one of your comrades, brother Ricardo,
Okay.
and we've been talking about it. I talked to you about it, and you like nobody else that I know in this trade. And of course everybody has to have it. There is this aspect, this spiritual aspect of barbering when you start, like, because we talk about when you started
Right.
and people were looking at you and being sociable, but then there's this aspect at some point where you start to spiritually draw people in,
Hmm.
rather through the phone, rather off the street, or off, you know what I'm saying, and where people are just drawn to you, into your energy. This is, I mean, this ain't nothing like, as I talked to Rico, this ain't nothing that's just up in the sky that we pulling out of us, because this is a real energy that I've seen where people start to really just, I mean, people just drawn in, and clients just come out of nowhere and they just start to come and come. Can you explain that process? Because you, like nobody else that I know, you got that pot. Like, there are people, I mean, and again, I want to say you're a very successful barber, full-time barber, because I don't know if we actually stated that, for a very successful full-time barber who had pretty much more clients in any shop that I worked in, who just had people just waiting for you, waiting out in the car, waiting in the shop, you know what I'm saying, lined up, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, because, and it ain't just you're cutting because you're a great barber, but it's your energy all of this. Can you explain that, how you able to draw up? Because I've heard you come in and say, man, look, I'm just glad to be born. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be living. And you know what I'm saying? I don't even know who coming in today, but I mean, explain
Well,
that, bro.
my energy and take on that is, and I've been studying that here lately a whole lot. And what I learned about that is that when you have put a lot of energy and effort into what you do, and what I do is I try to live. I put that stuff into living. I don't try to put it into barbering. It comes natural because I live first. At the end of the day, one thing I have a high respect for is three spiritual feminine energy. That's faith, that's grace, and that's favor.
Mm,
I try to work with those three females every day of my life
mm,
just to help me reach a level that you don't see.
mm,
And when I say that, meaning you don't see it, you feel it.
mm,
You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I don't I try not to depend on people. I depend on the spirit, the energy. I have a high level of faith. And if it's meant for me to get a certain amount of energy or business today, I have to be okay with that. If I only get one or two people, I have to be okay with that because I have to trust to know that the energy from the universe got my back. I just need to know how to move. And this is what I'm acquiring today as I live. I'm 54 years of age, and I'm just grateful that I'm here. I don't try to worry about how many people I'm going to have tomorrow. I just want to wake up. I just
right,
want to wake up
right,
and let me
right,
do what I do
right,
and be and bask in it,
right,
because that's grace for me,
right.
and being as though I have a lot of patience, the other lady come up and it's called favor. But favor, I believe, come from my ancestors.
Mm,
Because my ancestors see what I'm doing.
that's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because if I allow the person that shares the same shell I share, such as humanity, this current, I know it's gonna be compromised. I do like Rite Aids and CVS. I love all my customers. I just don't fall in love with none of them. And I try to have the energy and the product that they need to have at the marketplace because that's what it's about. When God give you a space to occupy, that's the marketplace. You got to facilitate with spirit. You
That's right.
understand? That way you can get spirit. What you put out, it come back.
Right.
You know, that's where I'm at right now in my life today. And I just want to continue because I don't want to keep nothing. There's nothing that I came here that I had anyway. So when I'm gone, it's over with. I just want to be able to use it while I'm here. And if the spirit allow me to know that today is a day that I'm supposed to get a lot of customers, I'll get the message. I'll feel it, and I'll stay on point with that until it's over with. If I don't have that many clients today, because I feel everything that I get. I feel everything, spirit, energy. That's what it's about, and that's how I travel. So maybe this is what I'm getting in reference to the runoff of what I feel and how I manifest my energy. I just try to sit back and enjoy it
Yeah, yeah.
and encourage people and let my fellow comrades just understand if I get a message, I go tell them I'm a messenger.
Yeah. Because people
Yeah.
definitely need to tap into that
Yeah.
energy that you got to be
Yeah.
successful. There's so many young people who get in the game, and some of it. And I was laughing because I was talking about this with another soldier, and somebody was saying like, "Man, I'm doing this. I'm in the shop. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in there. You know what I'm saying?" And I was telling another brother that I said what they don't understand is you could do that. You could be in the shop. You could be sitting there. Other thing is what we talking about right now is energy.
That's how you channel
If
your
you
energy,
si-
man.
if you come in the shop
Yeah.
and you sitting there and your vibe is down and
Yeah.
you dark, you know what I mean? Your
Universe ain't
spirit, you know
bringing
what I'm
you
saying? You
nothing.
just sitting there like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But if you like, I'm here,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And like you said, but this come with spiritual
I call
development.
it a
This come with
spiritual. I call it a spiritual app, like we on
yeah,
Booksy app.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, people find people for us to cut, but when I got a spirituality going on with the spiritual app, the universe tapped into that.
But this come from preparation too. Like you talk about the ancestors, you
Yeah.
talk about, I mean, and you talk about reading and studying. This
Yeah.
come from what you listen to, what
Yeah.
you may read and put in your
Yeah.
mind. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
real tough.
That makes you available for
Yeah.
that type of energy. You feel what
That's
I'm saying?
important.
Because if
Availability.
you
That's
just
real.
listening to something that's taking your vibe down,
Yeah.
and then you come in the shop like I'm here for eight
Yeah.
hours, you come in and you laying around, and people not gonna be drawn
Nah,
to you.
you the
You know what I
host
mean?
of
When
the
they
you the
come in,
host of the spirit.
you ain't bringing,
Yeah.
you ain't putting out those
Nah.
that energy ain't going out into the universe. You feel what I'm saying?
Looking
But
for instant gratitude.
when you put it out there, boom, I'm here. Look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to work. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, it's like you out there, you know what I mean? You playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
man, throw me the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Throw me the ball. You know, I
I'm
want
here.
the ball.
Yeah.
Now look, I've been out there laughing because I ain't never been that good of a ball player. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But I've
Yeah. I
been
hear you.
okay, basic.
Yeah.
And but when I'm out there and it be real good people out there,
Mm-hmm.
I find myself when we playing basketball, I will hide. I don't want the ball. You
See,
know
you
what I'm
don't want
saying?
everybody to
I
see
don't
you.
want the ball because it's
Yeah.
so many like these guys, they so critical
Yeah.
that you know what I mean. If you miss the ball, you know what I'm saying.
I ain't worrying
Everybody like,
about
man,
them.
look, hey man, not look, man, come on, man, make the shot.
Yeah. I ain't worrying about
I don't
that.
want the ball. I hide for the ball, right? You know what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna get
But
that
hey,
ball.
when you know what I mean, when you out there and you know you want you can score,
Yeah.
man, give me the ball.
Yeah.
Look, I can make the.
I used to
Pass
feel
me the
like that
ball.
when I first got in the barbershop. I used
Yeah,
to feel like that. I didn't want people to see my work. And I thought my work wasn't good enough for them. But that's not who I was supposed to have been pleasing.
right.
I'm supposed to have been pleasing the client in the chair and myself. And as time went on, that's why I don't have a problem with. I used to be like shy to talk to people on the mic.
Yeah,
I want to go talk to people
yeah,
now. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because I enjoy how people understand where you coming from.
yeah,
That's a real good blessing because you explain yourself, and people enjoy to hear your story.
yeah.
So they like to see you on the court doing what little bit of stuff you do.
Right,
They're not gonna downplay it. Now they're downplay it if you talking smack and you ain't really doing it.
right.
But yeah, man, just and so I gets a real good kick, and I gets really like pumped up when it's time to really expound on my life in the barbering world.
Yeah,
I get to shake it because I
yeah,
get excited. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
I still get this feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been getting the same feeling for the last 30 something years. And
yeah,
it's a climax, man.
yeah,
I
yeah,
really enjoy it, Jack.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I think too,
yeah,
man. I
man,
mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a blessing.
where we headed, you know what I'm saying? It's been a long ride, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I know personally for
yeah,
me, this year has been,
yeah.
what I'm saying,
It's
it's
been a
been a
challenge.
very challenging and trying year,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like, to get back up and get back on focus and get on point, you know what I'm saying? But man, we used to have a brother that used to always say, brother Shashim used to always say, he said, where we going? He used to say, to infinity and beyond. To
mm,
infinity and beyond, you know what I'm saying? And I
wow.
think that, you know what I'm saying, like, and I can feel that. I can feel that coming, even though I know it's, there's some organizing, there's some different things that got to take place, even doing this right here, you know what I'm saying? This Conscious Heads Boot Camp podcast, you know what I'm saying, that we launching off. But you know what I'm saying, but we go into infinity and beyond. here. You know what I'm saying? And we got brothers like yourself and other brothers that's around, man. We, you know what I mean, we taking this thing to the next level,
Yes,
man. You know what I'm saying?
it's
Like,
room.
you
It's
know what I
room.
mean? And it's people, and the
Space.
reason why I put you on here, you know what I'm saying, as well as others, is because you got that successful energy, because you're a successful barber and you got that energy, not just for barbers, but for anybody that's in
Yeah.
any career to
Anybody.
pursue any career. You have that energy in order to help take people to the next level. So I wanted to be able to share, and we're gonna continue to do this. Like I
Yeah.
said over
I
and over,
definitely gonna come back.
you're a regular here in the boot camp. You feel what I'm
Definitely gonna
saying?
come
Like, you know
back.
what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But I wanted to just get that intro and get that start out there. But people gonna be watching this because all my students in class gonna have to gotta watch
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna go out to the YouTube world,
Dig it.
you know what I mean, and all those different places. Little shorts gonna be cut, you know what I'm saying, that we're gonna cut
I like
into
to
it. But
do all.
so anything else that you want to say and add to any new inspiring barbers or any existing barbers that you want to close out with?
My advice to anybody: if you're just getting started, keep the vision and definitely get involved. But if you're a veteran barber, I speak to all my veteran barbers out there. Do not get bigger than the game. Always realize that you're looking for new guys coming in to give them better advice and good advice and not create bad habits for themselves. And another thing that's real big in this field, you have to have a good diet. You cannot work this business without having a good diet. You have to learn what your body is deficient in so you can start addressing it. Same as your credit report. Same way.
Right.
Stick and move. If you do not address your nervous system, it will let you know. So find out what you need to take so that you can have the energy, have the stamina for this business. And you can do 40 or 50 years in this business.
Right.
But you gotta take care of your body and your mind and your soul. Because we all here for the public and society, and we serve folks. This is a high post position. This is a high post position. I always say this to myself. And every day I get started, I say, it's showtime. It's not no rehearsal.
That's right.
Every day. So that's my take on this. And I definitely want to be able to come back and talk to you guys again because this is the way to go, man. Barbering
Brother,
is
we
not a
really
bad field.
appreciate you
It's
for
beautiful.
coming out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely give you
Appreciate you
your
having me.
applause. You know what I'm saying? And man, you know what I mean. And look forward to you coming back.
Yeah.
And man, just enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
And until we see you again, we say peace from
Peace
the
to the
Barbering Boot Camp.
peace.